Welcome, everybody. We're here at day 2 of the first ever weekend ERX Motorsports. We're about to start racing in just a few moments with our Sportsman series. Again, welcome, everybody. Fantastic weather here this afternoon. Mother Nature kind of kicked us a little bit last night, but look at the clouds, look at the blue skies, look at the greenery, and look at this racetrack. Absolutely fantastic racing conditions, and the track itself is absolutely perfect as the guys have been working on it all morning long, getting ready for today's racing action. What you're going to see a little bit this afternoon, we're going to change up the order a little bit from what we're customarily seeing as far as order of racing. We're going to start this morning with classics of Formula 4x4, the Sportsman classes through the buggies, the trucks, some more buggies, and probably one of the coolest races, the short course karts. The youngest racers will be out there approximately 1:15, and then right about there we'll take a quick break, and then we're going to come right back with the pro classes, pro stock UTV, pro modified UTV, the first time ever that UTVs have been running in the TORC series, and then we're going to go right into the Arturo Tire Pro Light, Pro 2-wheel drive, Pro 4-wheel drive, and then end the day with 3 of the best Sportsman series classes, the stock, super stock, the super buggy, and super truck. That will conclude. Right now, ladies and gentlemen, will everyone please rise, gentlemen, move your hats, as we can't start racing today without a doubt before we recognize some very special people. But first, let's now go down trackside for the opening invocation with Billy Sanderson.
Let's pray. Heavenly Father, we are so overwhelmed by your blessings. God, thank you so much once again for this amazing track, these amazing fans. Thank you so much for the Carlson, the Playstead families, and the vision that you gave to them that is now a reality. Father, thank you for the TORC, all of the staff, and the amazing job that they're doing to pull this event together. Thank you for ERX and all of the many volunteers that are out here today to serve these wonderful fans. Now, Father, again, we can't go any further without recognizing the competitive spirit in these racers, and God, that same competitive spirit that races through the veins of our soldiers that protect our freedoms every day. Father, thank you for our men and women in uniform. Thank you for our men and women in blue that are out there to protect and to serve and to defend the honor and the freedoms that we know. Father, thank you so much for this gorgeous, gorgeous day. Father, just pray that this competitive spirit would lead to safety, but a lot of fun. For it's in your matchless name, Jesus, we pray. Amen.
Remain standing as we are about to hear the greatest song in the world about the greatest country in the world. But first, I want to also recognize this afternoon's color guard. From the American Legion Color Guard, Charlie Fink and Bill Dolowski. And now sing our national anthem. This afternoon, one more time, Tanya Howard.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight
Once again, welcome everybody to the day 2 of racing here, the Twin Cities Takedown at ERX Motor Park. But we got to recognize first and foremost right now Todd Plaisted and Chris Carlson and their entire staff putting together this wonderful, absolutely beautiful facility here. I've been calling it since yesterday morning one of 3 diamonds in the dirt that we've been racing out of the TORC series. Crandon International Off-Road Raceway, Bark River National Off-Road Raceway, and now ERX Motor Park. Without a doubt, welcome to the family, ERX. You guys really know how to put on an event, especially for the first time. Everything is first class. One of the things I want to mention first is as you walked in, you bought a ticket to get here, and that automatically gets you the chance to walk around the pits. The entire pit area is wide open to all race fans all day long. Pictures, autographs, talk to the drivers before they head out onto the track. Talk to some of the crews and look at these race machines that come out here. And this is what they're going to be battling on. This absolutely beautiful, perfectly conditioned racetrack. The surface is absolutely perfect right now. The drivers really like the challenge of it. And what's neat about it for me is the fact that the guys haven't had a notebook to fall back on. And we talked about this yesterday if you were here, that they didn't have a notebook to fall back on from last year's racing. So everyone starts with a clean slate. And trust me, after yesterday's racing, there's a lot of work being done, a lot of adjusting to adapt to this kind of racetrack. You had some hard pack surfaces, was a little bit of dust and a few corners, but mostly what these guys have to adjust to is the sandy surface. It's right now, it's perfect. It's nice and hard, but after about 3-4 laps, it starts to break down and almost like they're racing on a beach. And it just absolutely sucks the horsepower out of these things, as imagine running around in soft sand. So you probably go from, like, say, 600 horsepower to all of a sudden you're running like 400. That's what it feels like, and it just drags these things down. The huge jumps, the huge air some of these guys are getting, upwards of between 150 to 200 feet off the Amsoil finish line jump right here, right in front of us. But so many different obstacles. It's such a challenge, and they often talk about the drivers, the elevation change. Almost like nowhere else on our circuit. We're talking, blind jumps, and that's what adds the challenge to it, adds the strategy, and also the fun. Some of the fans that may not have been here before or at any TORC race, just a quick explanation, there will be a competition yellow, which is much different than other forms of motorsports. It'll coming out right around the halfway point of every single race, and they'll group back up. We'll have a pace truck come out on the track. They'll group back up, come back around, retake the green flag, which has added a great part of strategy involved for the first half of a race and the second half. Some of the guys set up their vehicles for the first half of the race to be able to quickly get through the pack, get to the front, and some guys are more patient. They set up their cars for the second half, and kind of like once the green flag flies for the second half, then they get on it and start working their way through the traffic. Also remind everybody, you got huge manufacturers midway back behind the grandstands. First and foremost, stop by and see the guys from Bad Boy UTVs. Some really cool machinery. And I had a chance to come back in the woods right behind the sound tower here, right behind the Amsoil finish line jump. And there's a trail that goes through there, a lengthy trail. You can go down and see the guys and the gals from Bad Boy UTVs, sign up and test drive one of those side-by-sides on the trails throughout this ERX Motor Park area. Come back, and also you can enter to win one of those Bad Boy side-by-side UTVs. And hopefully get a chance to talk to one of the representatives here this afternoon. But you got to go down there, check these things out. They're brand new on the market, and they have industry standards that have stretched the mark. They have raised the bar on all the major manufacturers we're talking about. So stop down and see the guys from Bad Boy and get a chance to ride around and to test drive one of those side-by-sides. Also, there's a Tim and Timmery from Racing Dirty, that big black and white apparel trailer right behind the grandstands at the bottom of the hill. They've got the official 2016 TORC apparel, as well as T-shirts that were made just for this weekend, the Twin Cities Takedown, designed just for this weekend. And what's neat about that, think about this. There's never, ever been an off-road race here before. There's never, ever been side-by-sides here before racing. And they've made a T-shirt designed around the first ever event, and and think about it this way, you can only buy one of them once. So, you got to stop down there, check it out. They got a lot of other things available, some really cool theme shirts. Tim and Timmery just really raised the bar, we'll say it, on when it comes to really cool racing T-shirt designs. A lot of things to see, a lot of things to do. We got Amsoil here as well, big representation. Stop down and see their big semi and all the product line that they have. And the list goes on. We got Yamaha, Polaris, here as well with their side-by-sides. There's just so much to see and so much to do. It's a carnival, county fair atmosphere here all afternoon. Keep yourselves hydrated in the sun, and it's just so much. You know, we're just a couple of moments away from the first race. As we get going, we got Formula 4x4 and Classics. We'll be right back after this with the lineups of our first race of the morning. You know, ladies and gentlemen, we often talk about social medias and all these different forms. We want everyone to participate in this. If you've got a smartphone, you can do it all right now. You can follow us at home at TORCseries.com. In fact, let your friends know that they can watch this race live at TORCseries.com right now as we are live on the internet. And thank you to everybody back home that's watching us and tuned in as we get ready for Sportsman Racing. Also, you can follow us on Twitter, Snapchat, and Instagram at TORC Off-Road. Also, like us on Facebook /TORC. You know what? And then the big one. Here it is. Hashtag TORC16, hashtag TORC Off-Road. Take some pictures this afternoon. Do one of those live Facebook things. Hashtag TORC16 on anything you do today. And if we got people watching the pages, and we may be able to throw you up on the Jumbotron and throw you on the live feed with whatever picture or video you might have of how much fun you're having here this afternoon. And if you have fun today, it's just a couple weeks away. We're going to be right down the road at Bark River International Off-Road Raceway up in the UP, just outside of Escanaba, Michigan. July 30th and 31st, it's the throwdown in the UP, rounds 9 and 10 of TORC, the Off-Road Championship presented by AMSOIL. Once again, welcome everybody as our KC Highlights Cooper Tire Vision Wheels Pace Truck is on the track as we got Formula 4x4 and Classics. Two classes in one race. We'll combine the first race of the afternoon with two different classes. Formula 4x4 on the track first at short wheelbase, four-wheel drive, limited suspension, and a great starter class involved in off-road racing. And the second class is called the Classics. And that's exactly what it is. Some of the oldest vehicles in off-road racing, basically your sedans. You see one El Camino, a Ford Bronco out there as well. And then, from what I understand, it's a Grand Prix, I believe. The red, white, and blue entry of 655. Here's our lineup as they will take the green next time by right in front of the grandstands. In Formula 4x4, it's Ryan Redman in the 402, Michael Plotz in the 454, Justin Monty in the 424, Brad LaMarche in the 471, Ben Passa in the 474, Dave Mia on the podium yesterday, and our current points leader in the 475, and Luke Brigman in the 473, and that's in Formula 4x4. In the Classics, it's Paul Posbrig in the 611, Galen Gee in that red, white, and blue 655, and Dale Chestnut. It looks like a Formula 4x4, but it's actually a two-wheel drive Bronco, the blue and yellow number 613. Green flag is out. We're underway for the first race of the afternoon. Formula 4x4 and Classics on the track. It's going to be a 10-lap race with a competition yellow coming out at the halfway point. Ryan Redmond with the early hull shot in Formula 4x4. You see that black Bronco up front. Coming into that high bank turn right before the Amsoil finish line. Coming across the line, Brad LaMarche making it racy. He started fourth. Right now battling for the lead. That Amsoil 475 coming, 471 coming to the inside. Nice side-by-side racing. LaMarche once again trying to get to the outside, and this is that tricky corner. We had a lot of problems yesterday afternoon in this hairpin turn, and now the split lanes. Man, this added a ton to the racing action. Inside, a little bit shorter, but a little bit more rough, but the outside, more smooth, but you're able to carry the speed coming into that final corner, the into the high bank. And much like lap number one, lap two, still side by side at the Amsoil finish line. And how about that? The 6'11", Paul Posbrig battling with Dale Chestnut. Chestnut, the perennial huge favorite in this class, and right now he's got his hands full with Paul Posbrig. Brad LaMarche finally has made the pass and is pulling away. Dave Mia now getting the mix of things, bounces off that inside sand banking, scrubbed off a lot of speed, lost some ground to second place. LaMarche goes by, the 474 of Ben Passa goes by. He was on the podium as well yesterday. Oh, big puff of smoke from one of our Classics vehicles. All of a sudden, big plumes of smoke coming out of Paul Posbrig, the 611. And that will hand the big-time advantage in Classics back to Dale Chestnut. As we go back up front to from the 4x4, and there it is, the 611 of Paul Posbrig. Just a huge pop coming into the corner. Big plumes of blue smoke, and his day's done. And Mia has finally gotten around Passa. Mia now in the second. Six laps remaining. There's our leaders of Formula 4x4. Brad LaMarche, Dave Mia. Mia goes a little bit wide, almost brought Passa back into the mix of things. As our leaders in Formula 4x4 head in the back section into that hairpin turn. Very, very tricky, challenging part of this course. Again, into that split lane. Mia goes inside. Lamar stays to the outside. Mia appears to be making up a little ground. Not close enough to attempt the pass, but yet made up ground going into that final corner. At the competition yellow, there's Brad LaMarche crossing the line with Mia right behind. And pass across the line in the 474. As the classics are still on the track, again, Paul Posbig pulled off in the 611. And here comes our leader in Dale Chestnut in the classics division. And Galen Gee behind him. Richie Kuloff, our driver behind the KC Highlights Vision Wheels pace truck, jumps out onto the racetrack and will control the field. We'll get him back bumper to bumper, regroup everybody up, and this is where the strategy comes into play. Mia in that red Bronco had a little bit of a slow start, but worked his way towards the front, finds himself in second, was nice and racy, nice and quick, but wasn't driving over his head to try to take the lead. And this, he drove just as fast as he needed to work his way to the front. Now the second half, he can lay all the cards on the table and really go after Brad LaMarche. And even though Ben Passa has been passed, as well, one time was our leader, he's now back in third. Actually, in all reality, he's still in this thing. So having that competition yell at the halfway point has added a lot of strategy over the last few years that we've instituted this. Redmond in that black 402, the Keiko Motorsports entry, was our early leader at the drop of the green flag, finds himself in that fourth place spot. Going back to green this time by, nice and tight, Mia right in the back bumper of Brad LaMarche. And there'll be 4 laps remaining when they come back around the AMSOIL finish line. LaMarche, our leader in that AMSOIL white Ford Bronco, keeping it tight to the inside. He'll take that inside line. Here comes Mia to the outside. Mia's got the speed built up coming into the corner. He's got the outside line. Can he hang on, make it work? LaMarche will stick it to the inside. Mia's got nowhere to go. He'll have to hang on to second. Again, Mia tried that little bit wider line, trying to get a run off the corner. It looked like Mia had a great run going into the corner, but had to check up and swing wide to keep from making contact with our leader. And here comes the challenging part of this race course, the tight hairpin. As LaMarche kept it tight, now he'll swing to the inside one more time. That line must have worked for him last time, so he stays there. Now Mia in that red Bronco trying to make up ground, not nearly as close as he was on the prior lap. Now, I can't imagine Mia would take a lot of chances or making very many risks unless the door was open of possibly getting around Brad LaMarche. Right now, Mia is our points leader, has been consistently on the podium, And for a moment, he pulled up alongside LaMarche. The opportunity is still there. They're going to be side by side in the corner. Mia's got the outside line. He'll swing wide. And now, how about that? LaMarche swings the outside line to block that opportunity if it existed for Mia. So a very smart move on his part. Changed it up from what he ran the last couple laps to block that line for Mia. 2 laps remaining. And right now, Mia is just getting a cab full of roost, that heavy sand being kicked up into his cockpit from our leader LaMarche. So the closer that Mia gets, the more that's being kicked up into his face. As Dale Chestnut in the Classics, and that 613, that blue and yellow car goes by, I should say Bronco, as our leader in Classics as well. That battle's going on. And again, Brad LaMarche swings to the outside, anticipating the fact that's where Mia would go. And now it looks like our guys are coming up onto the back. As a white flag comes out, lap traffic is in front, so this could play a factor. How cleanly can it get around slower vehicles on the race course? Mia had to check up early. He'll go wide. There's Galen Gee in the Classics. He's well off the pace. There's 2 issues right there. How about that? 2 cars going a lap down, pulled way to the outside, slowed down so our leaders could continue the battle for the lead as they swing by. And opportunity is running out. That red Bronco of Mia, he's got 2 corners remaining. And there, Mia made the choice. He'll go to the inside, down that back straightaway. Here we come. It's going to be a drag race in the final corner. I don't think Mia's going to be close enough. Into that final turn, Mia has charged up on the back bumper, but across the line, it's going to be Brad LaMarche. Dave Mia second. Third will be Ben Passa. He's come into that final turn. Coming across the line is a 424 of Justin Monty, 1 lap down. And our winner in Classics once again will be Dale Chestnut. So there's a whole field cross the line. Our race is now under checkered flag. We have 1 more car to come around. It looks like that is Ryan Redmond as he comes around the course. As he comes out of that final corner, we'll take a step aside just a moment, get our top 3 up to the podium from both classes. We'll be right back after this.
When it comes to guarding your engine, AMSOIL offers the next level performance enthusiasts demand. AMSOIL provides 75% more engine protection against horsepower loss and wear than required by a leading industry standard, extending the life of pistons and cams. Give the vehicle you love the above and beyond protection it deserves. AMSOIL, devoted to protection.
TORC fans, listen closely. Bad Boy Off-Road wants you to get behind the wheel of the all-new Stampede 900 4x4 right here at ERX Motor Park. And that is for free. That's right, the Stampede Tour is in full effect and ready for you to demo the all-new 80 horsepower side-by-side today. Get ready to go on an awesome trail ride and experience the game-changing Stampede for yourself. All you have to do is head on down to the Bad Boy Off-Road booth located in the vendor midway, sign up at the registration tent, and there you can also enter to win a brand new Stampede 900 4x4 as well. And also learn more about what has made this UTV best in class. Demo rides will be running all day long, however space is limited and spots always fill up fast. So hurry up and get down to the Bad Boy Off-Road booth today. Cooper Tire, an official tire sponsor of the TORC Series and back-to-back championship tire of the Pro Light class. For more information, follow Team Cooper Tire on social media or to locate a dealer near you, visit coopertire.com. And don't forget, Maxxis Tires are trusted by TORC champions because their products take drivers to the podium year after year. Be sure to visit the new Maxxis.com and stop by the Maxxis support truck to learn more about Maxxis Tire products, including the ultra-high performance passenger, trailer, light truck, and SUV tires. Oh, stand by, everybody. We got the interviews coming up with our top 3 finishers in both classes in just a minute. Well, let's now meet our top 3 finishers in classics. He had a tough run, looked real strong there at first, but the 6'11" of Paul Posbreg. Fast. Well, let's switch gears just a little bit. Let's now meet our Formula 4x4 top 3 finishers. That's what I said. Finishing third in the 474, Ben Passa.
Congratulations to you. You took 4th yesterday here, the first time at ERX. You took taking 3rd today. Did you go back and change anything for the setup since you had a little bit more practice out here?
Yeah, I had to go back and I had some carburation issues there. We had to straighten that out, so we got that taken care of. And the truck run a little better today, so I just didn't have quite enough to get back through there to catch up to the guys.
Well, it seems like you figured some things out. You know, you've got that momentum going. Is there anybody you want to thank for bringing you here today?
Yeah, I got to thank Conrad's Auto Salvage, Jerry and Jenny and them. They do a lot, really helped me get out here. LaMarche Racing and all the guys. My brother back home, he's put a lot of time into the truck too, so I thank all you guys.
Well, it's so good to see you here. I know you guys seem like you had a lot of fun out there. It was quite a battle towards the end, so good to see you guys out here.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And finishing second one more time up on that podium, and he's one of the happiest guys to do so time after time. So close to the finish, battling for that lead. Current points leader, the 475 of Dave Mia.
Dave, congratulations, back-to-back second place. I know you're always looking for that first place podium, but one thing that's going through in my mind as I watch that race, you go from the inside, the outside, right from that hairpin turn. What goes into that decision on what you're going to do on that straightaway?
You're trying to guess what the other guy does, and then near the end of the race, the guy in front of you gets smart, and he jerks the wheel a little at the last second. You think he's going to go that way, and then you go that way, and it really was a fun guessing game to try to figure it out. I guessed wrong most of the time, and he got a little savvy at the end. But I don't think taking second place gets any better than that. And you know, we're so close; it's just a blast. I had one shot at him, but it wasn't going to be a clean pass, and that's just not right. So we try not to do that. And it was just an awesome race. The track is, once you get used to the blind jumps and not being able to see where you're going to land, and you got faith in the flagman and your spotter, you go. And but I can't ask for better racing for 2 second places. But we're going to be that close all season, and it's whoever starts in front's got a good advantage, you know. So, but awesome racing.
Well, I know I've seen that. It was pretty much a great battle all the way through, even to Campiello, all the way past that to the very, very end. I almost thought you had it, but that guy over there, you never know what he's going to do.
Yeah, I mean, I felt what Keegan Kincaid felt yesterday when I went up over that berm right there, but I had the advantage, and I just stepped on the throttle, and it was a little bit more stable, and I pulled it out, but I know how he felt. So I just want to say thanks to Moore and the TORC series and everybody that comes out and help us. My safety crew chief right here, he keeps us in line, and everybody that comes and watches, and Brad for being fast.
Well, congratulations to you. Can't wait to see what we got in store in a few weeks in Crandon.
All right, Turo Tires, thank you.
Thank you.
And taking the win this afternoon, he went inside, he went outside. He had a pretty good race until the last few laps. He had a mirror full of Dave Mia, but taking the win, the 471, Brad LaMarche.
Who is this cutie right here? Hi, how are you? No. Oh, I'm so sorry. Well, I will let this gentleman here, back-to-back here at ERX. How are you feeling right now?
Pretty good. We didn't have any major issues this weekend, and truck ran flawless. I think we put on a good show. The guys in the class, I think we had a fun. You know, it was a good track. Awesome to race here. I can't wait to come back next year. I got to thank my sponsors, Amsoil Lube Suppliers, Sit and Bull, LaMarche Racing Engines, Insane Imaging. I mean, my family. Those guys, they help us out. My dad, my brother, they help me out so much. I can't thank them enough, so thank you.
Well, it's so good to see you here. You have to be feeling great being back-to-back, first time ever racing at ERX.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Congratulations.
Once again, a great congratulations to our top three finishers, and that is a neat picture right there. Family environment, families racing together, and the kids are a part of it, the celebration as well. So nice job by the Formula 4x4 guys. In just a second, we'll be bringing up the classics, and that's a picture right there. And now for our classics top three finishers. In that third spot, the 6'11" of Paul Posbrig.
Congratulations to you, Paul. I know at the beginning we saw a little blue smoke. What was that all about?
I really don't know. We just wanted to get out in front of Dale and keep it there, but as you can see, it didn't happen. We made junk. Fluid motor, tranny, rear end, she's gone.
Oh no, I'm so sorry to hear that. Should I give you a hug right now? Would that make you feel a little bit better?
Yeah, it'd make me feel great.
Well, we always got a few weeks. We are going to Elk River. I hope you can get all that fixed. Congratulations, though, for being on top of that box.
Thanks. I'd like to thank all my sponsors. Titletown Masonry, Legend Erecting, Iserin, Andy Shock Service. Awesome job on the shocks. Higher Up Graphics for the stickers on the car, and everyone that comes and helps me work on it. Thank you, guys.
Congratulations once again. I hope that hug helped you out.
And finishing second in one of the most recognizable and probably one of the oldest race cars on the racetrack today, the 655, Galen Gee.
I want to listen to us. There we go, back again. Congratulations to you. It's so good to see you up here. Are you ever going to take this gentleman out?
I'm trying. He's pretty hard to beat. He's got the hookup. We do everything that we can. Like I said yesterday, we're on a limited budget, and we're just happy to make it to every race. I have a few friends to thank, and Jay Schaefer, Al Milham, he's such a help for me and getting to every race and all the parts and everything, and my wife and my newborn baby at home, and everybody here. It's just great to be up here. It's a dream come true to be able to race and stand on the podium.
Well, I'm so happy to see you up here. I'm glad your dreams are coming true one day at a time.
And I'd like to thank Off-Road Fraternity, too. They help me out, too, and it's just awesome how everybody comes together and helps everybody out here. We're like a great big family. It's awesome.
Well, congratulations to you. Good to see you up on that second place box again.
And finally, add another notch on his belt for another win. Perennial fast guy in the Classics division, the 613, Big Dale Chestnut.
Congratulations to you, Dale. You are 6 for 6. Give me one word on how you're feeling right now.
Fantastic.
That's a great word, fantastic. I know you got a lot of people to thank that brought you here. Who you want to thank today?
Well, I'd like to thank Aturo Tires for hooking us up and getting us around the track again real good today, and Ultra Wheels, ATD Transmission for keeping us running on the track, Off-Road Fraternity for helping out, Double D Services, my crew, family, friends, all the other drivers too, because we help each other back and forth, and glad they made the trip here too, so we had somebody to race.
Well, it's so good to see you on here. I know you got a few weeks until Elk River. Do you see any changes in the future?
Not a little bit. We'll probably do a little bit on our shock adjustments and stuff because of different speed tracks and stuff, but other than that, we'll be pretty much alone.
Awesome. So good to see you up there. Hop up on top. You're number one. One more round of applause, and right back up to you, Scott.
Thanks, Tiffany. And a show of goodwill, handshake to our competitors, and the big guy in the middle, number one, without a doubt. Congratulations, boys. We'll see you in a couple weeks at Bark River. As we get ready for our next race, the 1600 light buggy, 26 cars in the next race. We'll be right back after this. In fact, I'm being told we're getting ready to go. There's a great shot. You know what? Right now is a great time. Take some pictures of the people sitting next to you, your buddies, your family, whatever it may be, and hashtag TORC16 and hashtag TORC Off-Road. And you know what? We got people watching and monitoring everything on the social medias. And, yep, somebody's having a good time way there in the back. And we'll see if we can get that stuff up there on the Jumbotron sometime during the afternoon. And don't forget, we talked about it earlier. If you get a chance between races or even during one of the races, that's your call. Go down and see the guys from Bad Boy. Sign up to take one for a test drive on the trails of ERX Motor Park. If nothing else, just to see this facility. Absolutely great opportunity to do so. And what a great chance to also sign up to win one of those Bad Boy 4x4 side-by-side. So we got that going on all day long. Hey, how about that? Everyone take a look at the big screen. We are watching you. You guys are live on the web right now. Oh, is that guy? He's back. He's back. Is that a lampshade? No, it's an umbrella. I thought for a second that was a lampshade. Hey, that's Carter Vandernovel. He'll be coming out later on right there in the short. Yeah, Hollywood Vandernovel. He'll be coming out in the kids' carts later on this afternoon. If you guys are having a good time, let your friends know. Hashtag TORC16. Hey ladies, how you doing? Yeah. That look like a couple of broken dirty girls. Hello. Hey mom. 1600 light buggy, stock suspension components, stock VW motor, air-cooled, 1600 cc's, running with a restrictor plate, limited suspension, and you can start racing in this class off-road for right around $5 to $6 grand in one of these cars and really learn your way around the racetrack. Here's our lineup of 26 cars on the front row. We've got Scott Booth in the 134, Pete Delory in the 199, Brendan Groff in the 112, Billy Booth in the 151, Jake Nelson in the 141, Bo Ambos in the 188. Row 4 has Paul Hayward in the 115 and Jaden Lemke in the 109. Tony Keepers is in row 5 on the inside of the 152. Derek Tilkins the 121. Tyler Weens in the 195 starts in the 6th row inside. And our current points leader, Greg Stingle, starts outside of row 6 in the 172. He is also our current points leader and yesterday's winner. In the 13th spot, it's Tyson Marquardt in the 122 and Anna Rabe in the 124. Outside of there is Eric Lafreniere in the 113 and Adam Lepak in the 118. Cody Yatson in the 104 and Kyle Patnaud in the 174. Starting 19th and 20th, it's Colin Schultz in the 177 and Ryan Joss in the 147. Corey Holzer starts 21st in the 100. Tom Benevenuti all the way from Ontario, Canada in the 156. Josh Sakovitz in the 119 and Stephanie Padel starts 24th in the 144. Kurt Groff in the 137 along with McKenna Endvik in the 173 starts 25th and 26th. A great starter class to get involved in off-road racing. It doesn't get any better than this. And just a quick side note, Greg Stingle, our current points leader and yesterday's winner in that Blaze Orange car, is dedicated this year to a fallen friend who passed away during the off-season, John Hooven, and you know what? He was watching yesterday without a doubt. I'm sure he's watching again. John, we're thinking about you, and we hope you're putting a smile on your face. 4 wide into turn 1. And little contact with inside of the course, but hard contact in the outside wall. I believe that's the 112 of Brandon Groff. It wasn't much of a touch with the cars that were inside in the middle of the track, but he was ricocheted in the outside wall right there in turn 1, hit hard and tore off, I believe it was the right front. But man, not a way to start the race. Man, with 26 cars on the track though. Brandon Groff was starting in the inside of row number 2. And there's the tire that came off the car, so you can see one of our track crew throw it in the back of the safety truck. So we'll get everybody lined back up side by side and do a complete restart. This will be a 10-lap race as well with a competition yellow at the halfway point. As you look at the car on the racetrack, you can see we're utilizing a few of the bad boy side-by-side off-road vehicles to help out on the course all weekend long. Oftentimes it's kind of hard and a little cumbersome to get some of these safety trucks there, and these bad boy side-by-sides get there so much quicker and are able to oftentimes pull some of these race cars off the course as well. So thanks to Bad Boy for helping us out with our side-by-side vehicles here this weekend. And again, don't forget, they are on display. They probably have about 15, 20 of them parked right there for people to sign up, jump behind the wheel, take it for a trail ride back all around the ERX Motor Park, and then come on back and sign up for a chance to win one. So you can't pass that up. Jeez. So from the second row on back, everybody will have to be reshuffled, repositioned for the start as Brandon Groff starting that 3rd spot. So whoever was on, Billy Booth was on the outside of him. He'll swing to the inside of row 2. And then Jake Nelson will swing to the outside of row 2 on back all the way to the back of the field. So once again, Scott Booth and Pete Delory will make up the front row. Billy Booth and Jake Nelson will take care of row 2. But how about this? We got Scott Booth and Billy Booth starting inside of row 1 and inside of row 2. So this could prove interesting right here. Get both of the Booth boys into turn 1 together. Oh boy. Couldn't ask for a better day weather-wise. Cloud cover is good. Blue skies are nice, but cloud cover is real good right about now. Keeps this track from drying out quickly and keeps it in pristine condition. At the top center of the screen, you can see our KC highlights. Vision Wheels Cooper Tire Pace Truck. Richie Kuloff behind the wheel. Incidentally, he has his wife Tina with him as a passenger and helping out as well with the safety lights. So it's her responsibility to take care of the yellow flags inside that truck and the safety lights, with Richie having his both hands on the wheels at 10 and 2 o'clock. That's Faye Stesney, our TORC flag man. Tours the country with us wherever we go during the TORC series. One of the best flag men in the country. In any form of motorsports. There's our field back underway, and a tough shot right there of Brandon Groff off to the far right side of the screen. You can see the 112, the blue car right there. Parked for the rest of the race and is nothing more than a spectator. There's a nice shot of that split lane. Has really changed things up for our competitors, giving them a choice of where to go, and is really, you've heard some of our drivers already talk about the decision making it takes to get from the inside to the outside, which is better, which is worse. Last minute decision. And what's cool about this kind of track is that with the sandy surface, it's constantly changing lap after lap. So what was once we thought an advantageous lane on one lap, you come back around in the next lap, and it is probably worse off than it was before, and not what you thought it was. Coming out of the corner, aimed at the straightaway. We're going back to green this time by. Here we go. Green is out. We're back underway. Pete Delory, Scott Booth, 1 and 2, side by side in the corner. And just as I kind of thought, the Booth boys are going to make it 3 wide into turn 2. They disappear out of sight just for a second in that hairpin turn. Now coming towards that split lane. Oh, and we got backup traffic. And somebody must have checked up as it collected, looked like 3, maybe 4 cars. And man, oh man, we got Booth running up front, and I believe that's Tyler Weens running in second. No, it's Paul Hayward, I'm sorry. Paul Hayward running that second spot. And look, running in third. He started 12th in the field, way back outside of row 6. And right now running third, Greg Stengel is tracking down our top 2 cars. I believe that's Derek Tilkins. No, that's Tony Keepers running in 4th. Hayward is the only car that goes to the inside. Booth stays outside in that blue car with the yellow wheels. Here comes that blaze orange. Oh, man. Hayward is bouncing all over the place. That shock step looks to be a little bit off as he's pogo sticking all around that race course. Keepers right in that back bumper of Stingle. Booth extends that lead a little bit up to about 4, maybe 5 car lengths in front of Hayward. Hayward's reeled him in. He's about 1 car length behind now. Booth has issues. They both take that outside line. Here comes Stingle to the inside. He's going to try something different. Here comes Keeper to the outside. Keeper may have a run for that final podium spot. Hayward will swing to the inside, and here we go. He swings back and forth. Loses some ground. They had just made up on our leader. And holy cow, here comes Keepers. He's side by side now with Stingle. And Keepers has gone around the outside of Stingle. Keepers down to that 3rd spot. Here comes Hayward one more time, made a run at our leader, had to swing wide. It looked like he tried to do that to avoid making contact. Stingle had retaken 3rd place. He'll duck back to the inside. Keepers goes outside for that battle for 3rd. Keepers made the pass here last time by. Can he do it again? It looks like Stingle is going to swing a little bit wider. Going to keep it clean, but still made Keepers honest as now Keepers comes around to the outside again. Trying to pull up alongside that blaze orange car just past the Amsoil finish line. And we have got a 4-car battle going on for the lead. Hayward now on the outside going into turn 1. Hayward is still there. He's now set for the inside on turn 2. Hayward may pull this one off. Hayward now has the lead, and the competition yellow's coming out this time by. Paul Hayward running up front. Now here comes Greg Stingle inside the booth. This is right before the competition yellow. Stingle's got to run. Stingle threads the needle. He's between 2 cars. All for the lead at the competition yellow. Hayward will hang on. I believe Booth crossed the line right in front of Stingle at the flag. Tony Keepers and Tyler Weens, Jake Nelson, Eric Lafreniere. Oh, Bo Ambos comes around in the 7th spot. If that's how these guys are racing towards that competition yellow for the halfway point, man, we are set for a fantastic second half as we had a 4-car battle for the lead right before the flag came out. Hayward timed his pass perfectly to get the advantage before the flags came out. Was just two turns before the flags, got around Billy Booth and made it stick. Nice job. And Stingle running in 3rd. Keep in mind, he started way back in that 12th position. So Tyler Weens is right there as well. Tyler back there in that top 5, but he started in 11th. So some of these guys have really passed a lot of cars. We'll be going green flag racing as they come out of the next turn. Hayward, Booth, Stingle, Keepers, Weens, all in the top 5. A little bit further back, 6th through 10th, we've got Jake Nelson, Bo Ambos in 7th, Eric Lafreniere, Jaden Lemke. Pete Delory, here we go, back to green flag racing. Delory in that 10th spot. Looks like a little bit of a rut starting to form in turn 1, about mid-track. And here we go, Stingle makes the pass on the outside of Booth. Stingle down to that 2nd spot. Now the drag race. Hayward takes an outside line. Stingle goes inside. Stingle's got a nice run one more time. Is he going to be close enough to make an attempt coming out of that final corner? Stingle keeps it down low. And Hayward able to hold him off as they crest the top of the hill. Our leader swings wide in the corner. Stingle ducks down low. Look at this, 5 cars battling for the top spot. And our leader just threw out a big puff of smoke. Stingle pulls up along the outside. Stingle might be close enough to the inside. No. Keep an eye on our leader right now, Hayward. He just had a big puff of smoke in that car. I'm not sure if something started to let loose or if he's running real hot right now. But there'll be 3 laps remaining this time by. Oh, man, the shock setup is so off on Hayward right now as he's bouncing back and forth down that straightaway. Here comes Stingle to the inside. Stingle's trying to make it stick into that left-hand sweeper, but once again, Hayward pulls away. Here comes Booth now to the outside. Here comes Keepers now in 4th. Less than 3 laps remaining. This is a part of the track where our leader blew some smoke out last time by. Haven't seen any since. And how about this? Out of nowhere, Stingle somehow found some traction out of the corner. It just shoots around the outside, and now Stingle's our leader. So it's Stingle, Hayward, Tony Keepers down the top 3. And it looks like we've got a yellow flag out. Oh, man, 134. Scott Booth started on the pole, and it looks like the hub is off. Like maybe broke a hub and the whole wheel assembly came right off. Man, they were going to take this time by as they cross the Amsoil finish line. 2 laps remaining. As Scott Booth had a pretty good run starting from the pole. And just like that, broke the rear wheel assembly right off, and he'll be towed off the track and out of the way. And there's the wheel right there. Well, as we wait for the restart, here's what we're going to see once again today. We are currently at the light buggy race. Coming up next will be stock truck. 1,600 single buggies, a little bit just like this, but a little bit quicker, a little bit less restrictor plates, a little bit more suspension, and then the short course carts at approximately 115, and that's where we have our youngest, our smallest off-road racers in the series. They'll be coming out here in their little trucks. We'll take a little bit of a break, and then the pros. Pro stock UTV, pro modified UTV. First time we've had pro UTVs in the TORC series, and we're debuting them here at ERX Motor Park, and then onwards into the Arturo Tire Pro Light, Pro two-wheel drive, and Pro four-wheel drive. And then we'll round out the afternoon with super stock truck, going back to the Sportsman series with super buggy and super truck. So a lot of racing remaining. A lot of opportunity to go back to the pits and talk to some of these drivers and get a chance to get their autographs, some pictures. Hashtag TORC16, hashtag TORC Offroad. With anything that you're taking pictures of. And once again, here's all that social media we talk about. Let your friends know that they can watch us live right now on the live stream at TORCseries.com. If they can't be here, they can also follow us on Twitter, Snapchat, Instagram, at TORC Offroad. Like us on Facebook. And that's what I talked about just a moment ago. Hashtag TORC16, hashtag TORC Offroad. And if you are not here and obviously hearing my voice, that means you are tuned in to TORCseries.com and watching us live. So thank you so much for tuning in. Hope you're enjoying the show. And we got a lot of racing to go yet. And we'll get back to racing action in just a second. It looks like they're all lined up and back underway with Richie Kuloff. Behind that, Casey Highlights, Vision Wheels, Cooper Tire, Pace Truck. Just a few weeks ago at Crandon International Off-Road Raceway, we had a ton of viewers, some staggeringly huge numbers. Also, YouTube hits was just off the hook. So, TORC Series is starting to flex its muscle, and people are starting to take notice, which is really, really cool. And we want everybody to come on in to be part of the racing action. Also, let everybody know if you want a little bit better vantage point, a little bit higher seat on the hill, we still have the $20 bleacher seats available. If you want to climb up on top of those bleachers and see virtually the entire track, we have tickets available for that just yet. So as they make their way around the racetrack, coming out of that final corner, they'll take the green flag and sit back. And there'll be about about 3.5 laps remaining as they take the green flag. There it is, we're back underway. Paul Hayward back up front as we froze the field at the drop of that yellow. And, mistake by Hayward. Mistake by Hayward. He bounces off the outside wall, may have popped the left rear tire. Stingle takes the lead, and Hayward is falling back as Booth now swings into second. Here comes Keepers. Keepers is battling for third. And here comes Bo Ambush, the inside line. Bo's in the top 5. There'll be 2 laps remaining, this time by the AMSOIL finish line. White flag is out. Where did Colin Schultz come from? In the 177, made a huge bonsai move into that big left-hand sweeper before the finish line. And Stengel now has stretched out that lead as he has 2 turns remaining. He goes a little wide. We got a battle for that last podium spot. Here we go. It looks like Colin Schultz is in the mix of things. Here comes Stengel. Here comes Schultz the inside. He's way to the inside. Talk about a crazy move, and Schultz pulls it off as they cross the line. It's Stengel, Booth. Crazy, crazy finish here in the light buggy division. We'll be right back to talk to our top three winners in just a moment.
What would happen if a side-by-side had more power than it ever needed, a smoother ride than ever expected, and as much storage and customization as a pickup truck? Where would you take a side-by-side like that? Where would it take you? Step behind the wheel of the new Bad Boy Stampede 900 4x4 with 80 horsepower and see for yourself. What would happen?
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we got our top 3 finishers in the 1600 light buggy division. This man had it all at one point, had the point, then fall back to second, then fell back to third, then the lead one more time. But today he finishes third, the 115 of Paul Hayward.
Congratulations to you, Paul. Just like Scott was saying, you were all over the place, especially when we had that restart too. What goes through your mind with the restart? Do you go in with the same game plan? Do you restart your game plan? What do you do?
Well, when everyone bunches up, you just try to get out clean. Them corners get kind of hairy, and everyone kind of butts together, and you just want to get clean and then start passing on the straightaways again.
It seemed like that. I know with the straightaway, with this one especially going into turn 2 over here, everybody's been hitting that wall. What's your game plan to not hit that wall?
Stay away from it.
Sounds like a good game plan. Well, I know you got a lot of people to thank. Who do you want to thank today?
First of all, I want to thank my wife. She spots for me, does an amazing job up there. I wouldn't be able to spot for me. Half the time I don't listen anyways. My family for showing up, the guys that are watching online, Ponzi for sponsoring me, the Shop Bar and Grill, Joe's Industrial Tires, Scott and Sue Furniture, everybody that helps me out get me here.
Well, congratulations. I'm glad to see you up here. You're safe and sound. Nice job.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, our next driver started back in outside of road number 2, but it was not easy to work his way towards the front, battling back and forth himself. The 151 of Billy Booth.
Congratulations to you. Of course, this is your highest podium of the season as well. But with that restart, we're all talking about that because so much has happened. You went from the outside first time and to the inside this time. Did your game plan change then?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. 2 days in a row, starting outside row 2, and was able to get the lead coming out of 1 immediately. So we ran up front a lot this weekend. It was a lot of fun, but once we got behind Greg, there's nothing you can do. He's the best in the business. There's just hanging on for second. Almost lost it there the last lap, but thankfully we'll hold on for, I thought third, but we got second. So it's a great day to be up here.
Well, congratulations. I know you got a lot of people to thank as well.
Yeah, I got to thank Mud Muncher, Alternative Machine Tool, Janie's Pub and Grill, BF Goodrich Tires, all the other contingency sponsors that help us out. Friends, family, we can't do it alone. And we bring a whole crew to the track. We got about 20 people here. It's awesome. It's an awesome time. So I'm glad to be up here.
Well, congratulations, especially on the highest podium of the season.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And our next driver, without a doubt, he's got a co-pilot with him here this weekend. The 172, his second win of the weekend, Greg Stingle.
Congratulations, Greg. How are you feeling right now? I know everybody, we say this before. Crandon, I gave you a big hug. I feel like I need to give you another hug right now. I know somebody's looking down on you. He's very proud of you. Congratulations. How are you feeling right now?
Oh, it's great. It's marvelous. This place is perfect. I mean, they gave 150% to put on a first-time show here. Hats off to them. TORC, the Moore Group, BFG, Amsoil, all the fans. I mean, everybody's coming out. Everybody was friendly, great. I mean, we had a lot of fun out here. The track workers prepped us just great. The sand with all the rain last night. Man, any other place we'd been running around in soup all day, and this was really nice out here. We come out decent, and we got up to third, and I was following Paul for a while, and I just watched where he was hitting some big holes, and he'd hit them time after time, and I knew that was going to be my chance to get by him if he did that, because he ran a good race otherwise. So just a little patience, and we got caught up on that caution, and we had to lead, but we had to go back to the back lead before, or lap before that, so I got put back to second. But on the restart, we were able to do it again and just run fast for the last lap and a half. I got to thank Sassy's Bar and Grill, Ben's Small Engine, Stingle Transaxles, Gert Services, JJ Maloney's, and everybody that's helped. Like I said, BFG, Amsoil, and all the rest of the guys at the track. It's a good time.
Well, it's so good to see you here. I know you got an extra set of wings pushing along the way.
Thanks.
Thank you. And back up to you, Scott.
Thanks, Tiffany. Once again, nice job by our top 3 finishers in the light buggy division. That was not an easy race by any means. And you know what, Billy, I got to ask you, you know who Rob McCachran is, right? Just nod your head. Billy, you know who Rob McCachran is? You got perfect Rob McCachran hair. That is nice. You're gonna go to the website now and look for him, aren't you? Yeah, you got perfect Rob McCachran hair. Nice job, guys. Well, race fans, we'll be right back for our next race. Stock Trucks coming up next. We'll be back after this.
There's a lot of performance hidden in these tires. These tires are insanely good. Selected as a Consumer's Digest Best Buy. If this is what experts thought about Cooper tires, imagine what you'll have to say. They're impressive on all surfaces. Put Cooper tires on your car today.
You guys have seen him yesterday. He won in Pro 2 and Pro 4, and he's been spotting for his dad, and his dad has been spotting for him. If you guys want to see what it's like to get inside of that truck with the Grease family, CJ and Johnny, we got a tech piece for you. Just stay tuned, watch a little bit, learn a little bit, and see how this guy's so fast.
We're here with CJ Grease, the defending champion in Pro 2 and Pro 4. You're running an automatic, but you tried a manual at the beginning. But last year, the winning combination, full automatic. Walk me through it.
Yeah, you know, we did some testing last year and found that the stick shift was a little bit quicker. But we put it in for the first race, and it just wasn't happy. We ended up wrecking it, and we knew that we couldn't have another weekend like that where we had 2 DNFs. So we threw the automatic back in it. We know everything behind it. I know the concept of it. I know exactly how to tune it from last year. And with it being in my Pro 2, it's not like I'm going back and forth or having to change my mindset on anything. I can just jump in one truck, jump in the next, and it's a similar feel. So hopefully it pays off.
Go get him.
Thanks.
Let's go talk to Johnny. Now we're here with Johnny Grease, the winningest Pro 4 driver and the current point leader in the Pro 4-wheel drive. Johnny, you run the manual transmission a lot like a motorcycle, so it's a sequential, but walk us through it, a slightly different event.
Okay, so you'll see that the sequential has a handle on it. That handle's neutral and a reverse lockout, so no matter what I do, I can never put in a neutral reverse, which is a good thing. When we're ready to take the start, I'll start in second. We'll go in the sweeper. Might pull 2 gears depending on the traction, the speed of that turn, and then you know, it's kind of like a dirt bike. You judge the corner and the traction by how many gears you're going to click down. So I may go down 1 if I think there's good bite on the inside and I want to keep it tight. If I want to just haze it and get it slip standing, you know, kicked out down there, I'll go down 2 gears and just be able to rev the engine and, you know, keep it more loose in the back end. Once in a while, you'll see me go down maybe 3 gears, and I'll use the engine braking for my
And we're back, ladies and gentlemen. We've got to apologize real quick for we're doing some TV recording, some TV production, so that's why you need a dead silence. But we're back racing now at the start of Stock Truck. Our lineup has TJ Struck in the 537, Diesel Shank in the 593, Dylan Shark in the 541, Stan Wood in the 512, and Nick Visser in the 580. Visser is our points leader, started last in the field as the green flag is out, and we have got Diesel Shannick with the point right now, getting a lot of pressure from TJ Struck. Nick Visser already finds himself in that third spot, going up for second, having started dead last in the field, now battling for that second spot. In that left-hand hairpin, here we go. They're side by side with Struck on the inside, and Visser completes the pass before they get to the corner, and is now running in second place. And at the last second, Diesel Shannick swings right in front of Visser and takes that inside line to the split lanes. We've got 3 trucks wide in that final corner before the finish line. Shannick swings wide. He'll fall back to third. Struck now has the lead. Nice move by TJ Struck to get that 37 up front. And Visser is just battling back now to try to retake the lead. And Struck right now still able to hold him off. Shannick has fallen all the way back to the 4th spot. Actually, no, Shannick has fallen all the way back to 5th. Was just leading a little while ago and has got, I mean, these guys are so fast right now and so aggressive. They are moving back and forth from front to back, back to front. And here comes Visser on the inside line. Struck coming right back to the outside. How about this for a move? Visser had the lead down the backstretch. Struck swung by the outside of that final corner and just for a moment had the lead, but Visser able to hold him off. It's Visser, TJ Struck, Stan Wood. Our top 3. Wood now swings to the inside. And it looks like we may have a yellow flag out as everybody slowed down. And let's see. Here's some rumbling in that final, just out of eyesight to my left, down in that big left-hand sweeper before the Amsoil finish line. As our field is making the way around the course. I hear an engine running, so I'm kind of guessing that there's the yellow flag there. We should be able to see the incident in just a second to the right side of the screen. I'm going to guess it's Dylan Sharkey because he's not in line, so Dylan Sharkey's got to be somewhere. Here we go. We got the safety vehicle right in front. Yeah, Dylan Sharkey being pulled off the track. Sounds like, I'm going to guess he's got transmission issues as he's being pulled off the track. The engine is running, so he must not have a gear, so they're pulling him off the track. So tough break for Dylan Sharkey. As the Buffalo Wild Wings entry is pulling off the track. So it's Nick Visser, TJ Struck, Stan Wood, Diesel Shannick, our top 4. First few laps have been very, very aggressively driven. And they're not, yeah, we've had some great racing the first few laps. And to see a truck drop out kind of at this point is not surprising. But Sharkey was running in that 5th spot anyways. But, man, specifically the battle for the lead between these 4 trucks has just been crazy from the drop of the green flag. And I expect to see quite a bit of the same as Visser, our leader. And I say this a lot. When one guy all alone takes that inside line, opposite of what everybody else is doing, just even on the reconnaissance lap or on the pace lap, just to check things out. And that might be a real smart move on Shannick's part by doing that. He'll fall back in line at the tail end, but yet he just learned something that nobody else, the top 3, don't know, is the conditions that inside line. So he might be able to use that to his advantage on the next time by. They'll be going into the corner and taking the green flag when they come out. It's Visser, Struck, Wood, Shannick. Green is out. We're back underway. Here comes Shannick to the inside to complete the pass on Wood. No, wasn't able to do it. Here we go again into that hairpin corner. Now will Shannick go to that inside? He was a lone driver on that pace lap. Yes, he does. We'll see if he's learned something, if he's able to take advantage and move up in that 3rd spot. It's a drag race down in that final corner. He's got the speed built up, but he's not quite close enough to make an attempt for that 3rd spot. It's TJ Struck and Stan Wood. Wood outbraked him into the corner, had to check up to keep from making contact. And Visser starting to pull away a little bit. Visser now up to a 10-12 trunk length lead. The trickiest part of the track, the most unpredictable part of the track. And Stan Wood went way wide that hairpin. Shannick pulls up alongside, and Wood takes back 3rd. Five laps remaining for our leader. And let's see. Stan Wood is slowing in that back section. Diesel Shannick now has moved up into 3rd. And it looks like a yellow flag is going to be coming out possibly for Stan Wood. Let's see. Yep. And this is really going to help out TJ Struck and Diesel Shannick to get up onto that back bumper of Visser, as Visser was starting to pull away with about 5 laps remaining. as Stan Wood gets pulled off the track. And we have an issue right now with our second place truck. Right front flat tire on TJ Struck. Not exactly sure when that happened, but the truck was sitting kind of funny or driving kind of funny in that back section through the split lanes. And we've got 5 laps remaining before we even take the green flag, and that's going to be a major problem. Right front flat tire, and that's the corner you need bad to have air in. And let's see, did Struck pull off the track into the hot pits? I'm not sure. So Diesel will pull up into that second spot. Struck must have pulled into the hot pits. There he is, right front. Not quite as quick as NASCAR. It's not a matter of just one pump and the jack is up. Finally, that jack is starting to move. Truck is up in the air. Big guy putting the tire on. Richie Kuloff, our pace truck driver, gave him every chance in the books to get Struck back on the track on the lead lap. As they're going into that hairpin left-hand turn. And coming out. Sounds like he's about ready to come out on the track. There ain't nothing worse than a driver in the hot pits waiting for your crew to work on their vehicle. Yep, I can hear it revving up now. TJ Struck back on the track, fresh right front on it. He should have a pretty good chance of catching the tail end of the field before they go back to green. There's Visser across the top of the hill. There's Diesel Shannick. Both Chevrolets. And here comes Struck. He better get on it because they're about ready to go into the corner to take the green flag. The lone Ford in the field. We're about to go green, and he is not going to catch the tail end before they go green. They tried but couldn't quite pull it off. Now we'll see if Shannick has anything for Nick Visser, our leader. Brand new paint scheme this weekend for Visser with that bright green and running the stars and stripes in the rear quarter panels. Visser pulling away a little bit, about 6 truck lengths over Diesel Shannick. Man, what a heartbreak. Uh-oh, I see a black flag coming out. Black flag for TJ Struck as he goes by. My only guess is that he was a little aggressive pulling out of the hot pits and may have roosted one of our officials. And that's a major no. That's only a speculation though. But Struck is getting the black flag. So TJ Struck in the 537. Yep. And oh boy, he got to stop and go and back underway. There'll be 2 laps remaining this time by the AMSOIL finish line. Actually, we got about 2.5 laps. Fisher's so dominant, so quick. He's been that way the entire season. Fisher's got that ride looking so nice right now, that 580 coming into that corner. There'll be, again, 2 laps remaining when he crests the top of the hill, taking the Amsoil finish line. Man, he is just not letting up an inch. He's heavy on that throttle, on the chip, coming out of the corner, not giving up at all. He doesn't want to win this race. He wants to annihilate everybody, and he's well on his way to doing just that. Nick Visser needs to keep running that same pace he's been running. It's when you start to let up a little bit, change your rhythm, change the pace that you've been running, that something happens to that race truck. So he's been running crazy aggressive. And more than likely needs to keep that up, as he'll be taking the white flag this time by. When you change the pace, something happens. One more time up over the TORC start line. Into that right-hand turn into the back section. And Visser pretty much put the stamp on this one right at the competition yellow as TJ Struck comes by and takes the white flag as well. About a half lap down due to not only to tire changing pit stop, but also a black flag. So basically 2 stops into the pits. And here he comes. And without a doubt, the most dominant race of any class this weekend. Visser will take the win in stock truck. Diesel Shannick will finish in that second spot. And coming out of that back section should be TJ Struck. As we get our top 3 up to the podium for our celebration, we'll be back right after this with a few words.
Built to raise the bar for comfort and performance. Tough enough for the roughest trail. Tame enough for the daily commute. The all-new Maxxis Razor MT. A more refined mud terrain.
Kenda tires are engineered to provide solid performance at a great price. Whether you're looking for the thrills of a high-traction off-road tire or the peace of mind found in a reliable passenger tire for your family, Kenda tires are designed for your journey. Visit KendaTire.com to find a retailer near you. And winning TORC drivers rely on VP racing fuels to keep their trucks running right. And now you can get that same benefit with VP additives for gas and diesel engines. It's race fuel technology for your daily driver and the perfect way to clean out your fuel system and put the power back in your drive. In fact, VP Octanium offers the biggest octane boost of any product on the market. Octanium and VP's other additives are available at your local AutoZone store. For more information, visit vpracingfuels.com. Arturo Tire welcomes everyone to the TORC, the Off-Road Championship Series, right here at ERX. Arturo is a tire with the style you want and the performance you need for your 4x4, light truck, and SUV. While at the races, be sure to visit the booth for exclusive rebate offers as well as special offers on our Arturo gear. Log on to our website at www.arturo.com to find your local Arturo Tire dealer and start driving with style and performance. And once again, TORC fans, listen closely. The Bad Boy Off-Road wants you to get behind the wheel of the all-new Stampede 900 4x4 right here at ERX Motor Park for free. That's right, the Stampede Tour is in full effect, and right now they are ready for you to demo the all-new 80-horsepower side-by-side today. Get ready to go on an awesome trail ride and experience the game-changing Stampede for yourself. All you have to do is head on down to the Bad Boy Off-Road booth located in the vendor midway and sign up at the registration tent. There you can also enter to win a brand new Stampede 900 4x4 as well as learn more about what it has made this UTV best in class. Demo rides will be running all afternoon, however space can be limited and spots fill up fast. So hurry up and get down to the Bad Boy Off-Road booth this afternoon. Well, looks like we got our top three finishers in the stock truck division. Here's, let's see, finishing third. Man, he had a shot at the top spot without a doubt. TJ Struck in the 537.
Congratulations to you. I see that you had to go into the hot pits a little bit with that flat tire. What was going through your mind? Were you worried about a little bit of time? How long does it take to change a tire?
About 58 seconds, I think. I don't really know how long. I didn't have my watch on. They did a good job, though. They got me back out there. I ended up getting black flagged, went in the wrong pit area. So everybody take a note, don't go through the wall.
Well, it seems that you got up here. You still have a positive attitude, enough to make jokes. Who do you got to thank to bring you here?
Oh, I got a long list. Point at Ironworks, Guy and Judy Sinkowski, JF Ahern. I'm going to forget all out of them. NKS Property Management, Arlington Inn, LC Oil. There's a whole Q9 Power Sports, DR Splicing. They all help us out. Tom and Chris Varner for letting us work on our truck at their house. Chris hates us most of the time, but she likes coming to the races, luckily. Everybody, our whole team, the whole TNT group, probably most of all, Tom and Tom. They'll be out here later. They do a good job. They talked us into getting in this stock truck. Probably not one of my brighter moves in life, but it sure is fun.
Well, congratulations. Good to see you on the third place podium box.
Finishing second, the 593 of Diesel Shannick.
Congratulations to you, Diesel. I know going into the end of the race, you can't change up pace, you can't change up momentum. Is that a strategy that you work with, or what are you thinking about?
Just trying to find the fastest way around. The track tears up so easy, and trying to find a good line around without flipping over out there. I was on two wheels a few times, but kept her on her wheels, so.
Well, it seems like you've done a good job. I know you got some people to thank.
Yeah, I got to thank my sponsors, L&L Propane, Tyree Lights, Big Iron Equipment, Cold Iron Equipment, Napa of Opaka, all my friends and family, my crew. They work so hard for me to come out and play and have a good time, so this is for my crew this time. Thank you.
Congratulations. Take your place right up on that second place box.
And taking the win in one of the coolest looking stock trucks out there, running the Stars and Stripes in that rear quarter panel for the first time this year, the 580 of Nick Visser.
I think that smile on him makes me the happiest that I've been all day and every day. How you doing, little man? You doing good again? Yeah. Here's this for you. Congratulations. I know with this back-to-back win here, especially since none of us have even raced here, it's first time for you, of course. What's the most unpredictable turn out there?
Shoot. Probably this one right here.
Yeah, I feel like this one right over here going into turn 2, everybody's been having some trouble on that, but you seem to have it turned down. What's your strategy?
Just kept trying different things. My spotter's great with me. He just keeps telling me where to go. I'm trying to do what he says, and actually the last lap I found the fastest way around there, but we made it work today again, and hope to keep it going through the whole season.
Well, I know you got some people to thank, of course, for giving you that back-to-back win.
Yeah, my family, my crew, couldn't do it without any of you guys. Hero Head Property Maintenance, High Roller Motorsports, Builder Service, Auto Gear, Rhinelander GM, K2 Pro Signs did an awesome job on my truck. They're out of Crandon, Wisconsin. They did them flags this week. I did that kind of tribute to all the vets, anybody that's in the service, especially with everything our country's doing right now, and I just wanted to show it all off. Muskie Mart, Tri-County Heating and Cooling, Penang, Forklift Management, Neverlift. I just got accepted to Team Neverlift at Crandon, and I couldn't be more excited about it.
And I know this one's a little excited. Can I get a high five again? Nice job.
Carlson's. This place is awesome. I can't wait to come back next year. Hopefully it's got a little better base. I know you guys got a little bit of things to work on, but it was awesome. Thank you.
Congratulations. One more round of applause, and right back up to you, Scott.
Thanks, Tiffany. And once again, there's another shot of just the family feeling of this entire sport, the TORC series. And Dad cannot – how about that? Dad cannot come out on the podium with his little guy without also say, we're number one. Nice job, guys. Well, race fans, we'll be right back after this with our next race of the afternoon. It's going to be the 1600 single buggies.
Everyone has their daily routines. Some of us thrive on adventure, the thrill, even just a little family time. We live for the weekend. Whatever your passion, Kenda Tires is there for you. Kenda Tires, designed for your journey.
Well, race fans, we are now got our next race on the track. Doing there a little bit of a pace lap. We've got the 1600 single buggies. VW air-cooled motors, a little bit more suspension, a little bit more technology. They're allowed to do a little bit more to the motor. Less of a restrictor plate. And this is almost like if you remember the IROC series back in the stock car days when they were running the identically prepared Camaros or Z28s on the racetrack. This is a lot like what that class is, but this is off-road racing. This is a very, very equal class. And one of the classes that some guys work into and learn a little bit more of off-road racing and then work their way up to other classes. It's the 1600 single buggy division. Here's our lineup. On the front row, Eric Senkowski sits with a 337. Jeff Sokovitz in the 321 make up the front row. Second row, Matt Gerald, 395 on the inside. Bruce Manicki in the 301 on the outside. Row 3, Jason Flugrant and Bruce Fraley out of Las Vegas in the 356 and 312. Craig Padel in the 300 and Jeff Pashinsky in the 324. Rounding out, let's see, row 5, Robert Kinner in the 326. Yesterday's winner, David Lugan in the 328. And our current points leader. And row 6, Jeff Villamore in the 379 and Dylan Parsons in the 369X. Going into that last corner right before the Amsoil starting line, Eric Senkowski and Jeff Sokovitz. Green flag is out. We're underway. Here they go into turn 1. And they're 3-4 wide coming through the corner. And Bruce Fraley has moved up in that top 3 in that orange and silver car. He was battling for that top spot. He's going to the outside. Starting in that 6th spot, already up in the 2nd. And the entire field running both lanes, trying to figure out a way to work their way forward. But it looks like Sokovitz has the whole shot. Fraley up in the 2nd. So Sokovitz, Senkowski. So Fraley now has the lead. Fraley, again out of Las Vegas, Nevada, start outside of row 3 in that orange and silver car. He'll take the inside split lane. And he's just on the rail, skipping along those rhythm section, going into the corner. It looks like it's Padel. And a yellow flag comes out as they hit the top of the hill. Craig Padel looking really strong. Problem is, he might have to go back to the last completed lap to his position that he was in and have to give up that 2nd spot. Padel started back inside of row 4 at the start of this race. So let's see. Oh, there we go. Oh, man. 2 cars together. It looks like one is a perennial favorite in this class, Kinner. And I can't quite see who the other driver is, but Kinner is the closest to the camera. So I'm not able to tell right now if they are actually locked together or both just stalled. And right there is a great example. We got 2. Oh, they're both stalled, so they got pulled apart. We got 2 of the bad boy side-by-side UTVs out on the racetrack helping out. They're able to get onto the track, help out the drivers a much quicker. Oh, no. Let's see. Is Kinner back underway? He's underway, but it looks like he has a left rear flat tire. He can go right to the hot pits because this is a yellow flag condition. It's not red, so he can go right to the hot pits and get that tire change. Here he comes. Yeah, left rear flat tire. That will put him in the back of the pack, but not too bad of a thing if you only had one completed lap. So we've got a lot of race to go, so he'll be able to work his way forward. And along with him is the 301, Bruce Manicki. That was the other driver right there. He's back on his underway. But thanks to Bad Boy for bringing out their side-by-side UTVs and helping out this weekend. And don't forget, you can take one of those Bad Boys, literally take them out for a trail ride. Head on down into the manufacturer's midway, and they got a huge display set of probably about 15, 20 different UTVs. You can jump on, sign up to take one for a ride back on the trails around ERX, and what a fantastic facility this is. And then when you get back, sign up to possibly win one of those. I keep saying Bad Boys, but yeah, that's what they're called. It's pretty bad, pretty much a bad boy UTV. So while the yellow flag is out, we'll get back underway in just a moment with the green flag. Here's some more of the racing action we're going to see. Coming up next will be the short course karts. Little tiny mini trucks will be coming out with our youngest and smallest racers on the track. They're going right into pro stock UTV, pro modified UTV. First time ever we've had UTVs part of the TORC series here at ERX, and then we'll be going into Arturo Tire Pro Light, the big boy pro two-wheel drive, 900 plus horsepower, as well as the big brother, the pro four-wheel drive. And then rounding out the afternoon, the super stock, super buggy, and super truck, part of more of the Sportsman series. But you can't miss any of the racing, and I kind of think this is starting to tune up to be one of the, let's see, we got Bruce Fraley had the lead, so we go back to the last completed lap. He has to fall back to second. Senkowski will retake the lead. Padel back in third. So Sakovitz, Fraley, Padel, Senkowski, Mick Drill's up there. Green flag is out, we're back underway. 3 wide in the corner, Padel's getting aggressive. Fraley goes right down the middle, retakes the lead. Senkowski will fall back to second, but man, keep your eye on Padel. And Fraley, our leader, over-rotates. He collects the top 3, 4 cars with him, and out of the mess, here comes Bashinsky. And Jeff Villamore will take, oh man, will they be able to separate in time? Let's see. Looks like the yellow flag's gonna come back out again. Fraley back underway. With a tight track like this and that being in a blind corner, we had to throw the yellow flag out right away. Just for safety caution, just in case they couldn't get separated in time before the lead cars came back around. So we'll see how this shakes out. I'm fine, thank you. Thanks. Oh, I meant that I had to get it in there. I'll show you later. Oh, okay. Okay. Yep. So here's the issue. Let's see. Just a little, you see the orange and silver car that moving right now. That is Bruce Fraley. He was the one that caused that yellow flag. So probably I'm gonna guess now. move him to the back of the pack. I can't imagine they would let him have the lead back because he caused the yellow. You know what? Here's the deal. We're going to go back to the last completed lap, which would be a restart of the last yellow flag. That's what we're doing. If you understand what I'm trying to say, I'm not sure, but we're going to go back to the last completed lap, which is the last restart. So Sankowski will get the lead again. Fraley, who caused the yellow, will be put back into second. Wow. How fortunate is that? So you got you got Sakovitz up front. You got Fraley back in the second spot. Sankowski right now in third. And Holcher looks like in fourth. I'm sorry, Padel. Craig Padel in that fourth spot. So, man, Fraley came out of this looking like a gem. He actually, at the last restart, jumped out, took the lead. 2 turns into the first lap, that lap, over-rotated, caused the yellow flag, so they go back to the last completed lap, and that has him in second place. Wow. I'm kind of thinking that Bruce Fraley, when he takes that helmet off after this, he might want to wipe his brow on that one. Man. No wonder he loves coming to the TORC Series out of Las Vegas. You gotta love those rules. So it's Sakovitz, Fraley, Sankowski, Padel, Bashinsky, Matt Gerald, and David Luger about mid-pack. Hey, we got a visitor overhead. How about that? I highly doubt. It's a red helicopter, but I doubt if it's the Herbst boys out of Las Vegas. Green flag is out. We're back underway. Sankowski at the point. Fraley, let's see. He's got that inside line. He's lined up coming into this turn number 2. And just like that, Fraley has the point once again. Bashinsky moves inside of Padel, so he'll move up 1 spot. Man, Bashinsky looking strong. Oh, boy, here we go into that turn. Padel goes, ducks to the inside. May have moved up 1 spot. Man, we got some racing going on from second on back. Sankowski and Sakovitz. And now Bashinsky getting in the middle of it. 3 cars battling for second. In that left-hand hairpin turn, Sankowski has the advantage, comes out with the advantage. Sakovitz right behind. Here comes Bashinsky to the outside. The split lane. Bashinsky has a great run coming down the straightaway. Fraley with a sizable lead. Bashinsky has got the speed built up. He'll go from 4th to 2nd into the corner, so Bashinsky makes it work. And quietly work his way forward. Keep your eye on this car. Is that of Jeff Villamore in the 379. He was looking very, very strong yesterday when he ended up on his lid, turned sideways, and was basically run over. and right now looking very strong out on that track. You see Villamore sneak into the mix right there on the right side of the screen in that white, red, and blue car. So Fraley, Paszynski, 1 and 2. How about Jeff Villamore up in the top 3? He was 5th last time by, now running 3rd. Sankowski, Luger now to the top 5. Padel running that 6th spot. Matt Gerald, 7th. Villamore now setting his sights on Paszynski. And the competition yellow will be coming out this time by. We'll see if Villamore makes a run at Paszynski to catch him before the flag comes out. They'll go split lanes. I don't think Villamore's close enough yet to make it work as they go inside. Paszynski has that outside line set. Oh, Villamore's got a great run going into the corner. Villamore has that inside line. Can he make it stick? Right before the comp yellow's coming out. And at the line, Paszynski will hold him off. And he'll hang on to 2nd. Villamore 3rd. Sankowski, Luger top 5. Payne will be at 6th spot. So once they go back to green flag racing, there'll be 4 laps remaining as our Vision Wheels Cooper Tire Casey Highlights pace truck out on the track. Richie Kulop behind the wheel. Once again, there's a good shot of Bruce Fraley leading the pack. Paszynski, both orange cars. Fraley up front, Paszynski in 2nd. Jeff Villamore, I'm sure, is going to get pretty racy with just a few laps remaining coming out of the comp yellow, as he had issues yesterday. Was looking strong, but pretty much got turned around and up and ran over. I think he liked the end of the weekend and on the top spot. But Sinkowski's up there as well. Sakovitz, Padel. Kinner trying to come back. He's a front runner, but he's stuck in the back. Had to duck in early in the race for a change of tire. Fraley might be having vision issues as he went by and flipped up his visor, so maybe he's just trying to cool off a little bit or not, I'm not sure. But Fraley may be having vision issues as he flipped up and was rubbing that part of the helmet. So keep an eye on our leader as we go back to green flag racing for the second half. So Fraley pulls off a little bit, maybe 3, maybe 4 car lengths over Paszynski. Villamore right on the back bumper of Paszynski in that 3rd spot. He'll choose to take that inside line. Paszynski's been looking real strong on the outside with that added speed. He can make a run into the corner. Villamore, now he's got some speed on the inside. They're going to be side by side going into the corner. Paszynski will go wide and hold off. Villamore for that second spot. Luger now moved into the top 4. Zankowski top 5. How about Luger? Luger's getting in the mix of it as well. And Villamore now goes inside. Had to scrub up a little speed. Bashinsky was able to outside. Hang on to that momentum down to that left-hand hairpin. Villamore tries to stay on the outside. Oh, man, he'll go take the outside line. He had to fall back behind Bashinsky. And now here comes Luger to the inside. Luger's got a shot on Villamore. They got some speed. They are hauling the mail into the turn. And now Luger moves up 1 spot, having gotten around the inside of Villamore. Luger now going after Bashinsky. Just 2 laps remaining. Bashinsky in that second spot, and it looks like, do we have a yellow coming out? Looks like yellow is waving, and we got, oh man, we not only have a car on its side, it looks like, I want to say that's Padel. It's hard to tell, but I think that's Padel up on his side, but not only is it on its side, but there's some major damage to the front end, suspension components. And Kinner, oh man, Kinner had problems to start the race, a flat tire, had to duck into the pits, get the tire changed, and so first things first, our safety crew checks on the driver, make sure he's okay. One's working on the car, one is working on the driver. So it looks like Robert Kinner, his day is done on the outside, on the left side of the screen, in that yellow car. He's being pulled off the track. There is that. No, that's not Kinner. Yep, that was Padel. So there's damage to the left front. You can see the wheel all bent up. They weren't able to get him out of the car before they rolled him over because you see how the lid pops up on the race car. That lid was pinched into the dirt, so they had to roll it over first, pop the lid so he could crawl out. So they wouldn't be, he's okay. You can see him moving around inside there. They'll just get the car turned around and get him off the track. Actually, that's Brian Holcher. I've been calling Padel all day, and that's actually Brian Holcher crawling out. Was looking pretty strong during the first half of the race, so tough break for Brian Holcher. One of the many, many families that are involved in off-road racing. The Holchers have been involved in this sport since I remember Brian being about knee-high. Yep. What's wrong with my car, dude? Oh, I'm fine, but my car, oh man. getting pulled off the track. Truck's going left, car wants to go right. That's not a good thing. So once again, tough break for Brian Holcher. And I apologize to the race team. I thought it was Padel and behind the wheel all the race, and it actually was Brian. So we're back to green flag racing. Fraley back up front. It's about to get real racy because here comes 5, 6. How about this? Kinner now getting the mix of things. We still have enough time. I believe the white flag is coming out this time by. No, we're going, let's see. We're coming to checkered flag. No, this is for the race. How about this? Luger makes the pass right before the final corner. This is for the win. Fraley, Luger, and Bashinsky, Villamore 4th, Sankowski 5th, Kinnan at 6th spot, Matt Gerald, top 7. We'll get our top 3 guys up to the podium for the celebration, and we'll be right back with that. Well, race fans, don't forget, if you got nothing going on in a couple of weeks, we're going to be right down the road in northern Michigan at Bark River International Off-Road Raceway on July 30th and 31st. It's the throwdown in the UP. Round 9 and 10 of the 2016 TORC, the Off-Road Championship Series presented by AMSOIL. And I'm not sure if anybody's doing it, or maybe I need to remind you, I'm not sure, but let your friends know that they can be watching us right now live at TORCseries.com, and they can also be following us on Twitter, Snapchat, and Instagram at TORC Off-Road. But don't forget to like us on Facebook, and here's the thing, take some pictures, take some videos, do that Facebook Live thing, and hashtag TORC16, hashtag TORC Off-Road. And don't forget about the autograph session, or the autographs going on, all day going on in the pits. You can stop down, see the drivers, see the teams, see the trucks up close, get your pictures and autographs with them down in the pit area, and you got a ticket, so you can go anywhere in the pit area you want and meet these guys. So, you know what? While you're doing that, hashtag TORC16, hashtag off-road, or do it right now. Sit with your buddies up there on the hill, your family or your kids or whatever they're doing, and let them know how you're doing. how much fun you're having. You're here, they're not. And again, for everybody that's at home watching us, no matter where you're at, thank you so much for tuning in. And you know what? Come back in 2 weeks. We'll be doing all over again at Barker River National Off-Road Raceway, bringing you not only the pros, but also the full Sportsman schedule. So we got just a moment before we come back out with winning interviews for our 1600 single buggies. And you know what? This is turning out to be a pretty darn nice day. Just a quick reminder also, we've got Tim and Timmery from Race and Dirty. They're at the bottom of the hill right behind the grandstands in that big black and white trailer with all the official 2016 TORC apparel, as well as this weekend's themed T-shirt of the Twin Cities Takedown. You know what? We got our top 3 finishers down at the podium, and how about this? Let's meet the third place finisher. A wild, wild race. This man was crazy fast this afternoon. The 324 of Jeff Bashinsky.
Congratulations to you, Jeff. With the track being the way it is, it's the second day racing on this. How do you think those track conditions are out there right now?
I thought it was perfect. It was real good. A little loose, but it was good.
It seems like I've been talking to everybody. We've talking about the most unpredictable. What was unpredictable with this track with you for this weekend?
A couple of these corners down here had a lot of people tipping over, pretty loose, and it caught some of them.
Well, it seems like you worked it out. I know you got a few people to thank.
Sure. I'd like to thank my crew, my wife, Dinsmore Racing, Amsoil, Mud Muncher, VP Fuel. Thank you.
Well, it's so good to see you. Take your spot right up on that third place podium box.
And finishing in second. He may have started 10th, but he worked his way through the field fast. Had a shot at the lead at one point. The 328 of David Luger.
Congratulations to you, David. It always seems like start in the back, but you always make your way up there. You have podiumed every single race so far this season. Is it safe to say that you've got a great momentum going?
Yeah, that's pretty safe to say. I can't believe, actually, you reminded me that we podiumed every race, and wow, that's pretty hard to do, especially with the great racers we race with and the competition out there. This race was a blast. We battled from beginning to end. Quite a few cautions, but like I say, it was a battle, and it was so much fun to go wheel to wheel with these guys. I got to thank Beefy Fuels, Stingle Performance Transaxles, and my crew for getting me here.
Well, it's so good to see you. I know you're on a great run. Hopefully you got some more for in store to us at Elk River.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Our next driver out of Las Vegas, Nevada, pretty much runs the whole campaign by himself, keeps his equipment here in the Midwest, flies back and forth from home. He had one slight mishap in this race, but came back to dominantly win. Ladies and gentlemen, Bruce Fraley!
Congratulations, Bruce. I don't know another man who has created a yellow flag, went all the way back to second, then you made it all the way up top here, but this is yours. You earned it. How are you feeling today?
I'm doing great. You know, I made a big mistake yesterday, like Scott said, and I had to send the driver to bed early and scold him, and look what happens today. You know, track was pretty slippy. I made a mistake, and fortunately, they gave me my spot back. They did to everybody else, so I'm glad that they did that and felt sorry for me for a change, but everything was good after that.
Well, it's so good to see you here. I know you got a lot of people to thank.
Well, it's me, myself, and I racing team, and I'd like to thank my wife at home, Larry and Glory Hammond. They can't do enough for me, give me a place to stay, and all the people that helped me. Last race, I forgot to thank Sean Moores. He's allowing me to pit with him underneath this trailer, and that means a lot to me. And this week, I am pitting with John Fitzgerald, and he's spotting for me, and these guys helped me a lot, tremendous, and I'm very happy to be back here.
Well, I guess it's safe to say the TORC family helps everybody out.
That's the way it's supposed to be.
Well, congratulations. You hop right back on that box. One more round of applause, and right back up to you, Scott.
Thanks, Tiffany. How about that? Keep those guys. You know, Bruce, nice job today, man. Yeah, you brought out the yellow, but you earned the win just the same. Nice job, guys. Well, it sounds like we got our next race coming out trackside, and this is going to be a fun one. 13 entries of the youngest, smallest drivers in the series. It's the short course kart kids coming out trackside. Here's our lineup. On the pole, it's Aiden Wandesega in the 97. Mike Funk out there in the number 7. Row 2, Aiden Horde in the 28. John Holcher in the 44. Easton Sleeper starts 5th in the 13. Zachary Rahanowitz starts 6th in the 31. Ashton Horde starts 7th in the number 9. Paige Rahanowitz starts 8th in the 5 gauge. Garvin starts 9th in the number 9. Starting 10th is Carter Vanderbilt in the 77. And the current points leader is Owen Van Nippen in the 45. And Troy Johnson and Hope Conrad in the 11 and 97C starts 12th and 13th. These are spec chassis, spec motors. Everything is sealed. And if you want to get your kids involved in off-road racing, trust me, it's more than just the kids. It's going to be a full family involvement. This is a great way to do it. And I can tell you from experience from a few years ago, this is like the ultimate way to make sure the dog poop in the backyard gets picked up. You want the backyard cleaned, you kind of park the trophy cart right there. You know what I'm saying? You want good grades? Well, there's the trophy cart parked right there. So, nice little tool to work with the kids and actually raise them up in the racing world. So, Wandesega and Funk on the front row. Aiden Wandesega sitting on the pole in that very familiar-looking Hannahville Potawatomi number 97. The exact replica of his dad's truck from a few years ago. Green flag is out. We're underway with the short course karts. It looks like Funk has pulled the whole shot. He'll take the lead. Here comes Holcher right behind. And where did Sleeper come from? Back in that 5th spot, now battling for 3rd. They're 4-5 wide going into turn 2. Nice early run by Michael Funk as he pulled the whole shot. Here comes Holcher now running in that 2nd spot. And Sleeper moves up to another spot. Sleeper's running into 3rd. Sleeper now going to the outside of Holcher. All about with the limited horsepower that these little things have. They are learning to keep that speed and that momentum up as here comes Easton Sleeper to the inside. He'll take over 2nd place from Holcher. But this is a corner he always had problems with yesterday, going a little wide. A couple times got biked up on 2 wheels. He's learned something since yesterday. Sleeper will hang on to the 2nd spot. And the competition yellow comes out as we are approximately at the halfway point. We've got Michael Funk up front, Easton Sleeper, John Holcher on the top three. Owen Van Epperen has worked up into the fourth spot, and Gage Garvin in fifth. Van Epperen moving very well, started in the 11th spot, now running in fourth. So keep your eye on that Motorcycle Mechanics Institute entry. So under the competition yellow, we're getting everybody all lined back up. We'll see how aggressive these kids are want to be as we get ready to take the green flag. If they're going to get bumper to bumper in a single file line. Sometimes they fade back a little bit at the start. Sometimes the kids get it and get right up onto the back bumper of the cart in front of them. We've got our bad boy Stampede out there as our pace vehicle for the short course carts. So we got Michael Funk, Easton Sleeper, John Holcher, Owen Van Epperen, and Gage Garvin in the top five, currently 6 through 10. Carter Van Heuvel, Aiden Wandesega, Ashton Horde, Troy Johnson, and Paige Hanowitz in the top 10. Aiden Horde, Zachary Hanowitz, and Hope Conrad round up the field. As we go back to green flag racing, we're going to make it 3 wide going into turn 1. Holcher pulls up alongside Easton Sleeper. And now he'll duck to the inside, and they're going to try and make it 4 wide. Here comes, I believe that's Carter Vanderbilt now, trying to make that third, and Easton Sleeper goes inside of Michael Funk, and Sleeper now has the lead. And here comes Vanderbilt right behind. As our top carts make their way through that hairpin turn, we got a shake-up in the chase right now. As Easton Sleeper now has the point, Michael Funk falls back to second, but Carter Van Heuvel now running in that third spot. And white flag is coming out this time around as Carter Van Heuvel's trying to find a way around Michael Funk. As Sleeper pulls away. 1 lap remaining. And here comes Vanderbilt into second. Owen Van Epperen right behind him. There's a great shot of Easton Sleeper. Started in that 5th spot, worked his way to the front, and his looks so good. Oh, we got a cart over. We have got a cart over battling in the top 5, and it looks like it is John Holcher. And it looks like Owen Van Epperen and Gage Garvin also locked bumpers. At a different spot on the course. So the yellow flag is out. Changes up the running order quite a bit, as it looks like Michael Funk's back underway. He was involved in one of the incidences. But Troy Johnson, it looks like now is up in that third spot. Huh. So just at the exit of turn 1, you can see Owen Van Eppen back underway, as well as Gage Garvin. That's moving, but there's the incident down in turn 1, just past the... So off in the distance, it looks like Holcher's being pulled off the track. Yes, he is. Okay. Why not?
It doesn't seem too loud. I can hear it bouncing back.
So it looks like we can get everybody lined up one more time, and let's see, take the green, white, probably simultaneously right to a checkered up here on top of the hill at the AMSOIL finish line. Just want to make sure everybody's in the right position to start off, but it's easy to call right now with Easton Sleeper up front and Michael Funk with Carter Vanderbilt running second and third. And it was right around in that area from fourth on back where there was just a lot of action going on and trying to decipher who was where, and probably go back to the last completed lap to get these guys lined up, or get these kids lined up. So there's Holcher walking away from the truck when he actually rolled it over a few moments ago, which brought out one of the yellow flags. So he's walking away and okay, but the cart is out of the race. Kind of a cool sight to see right there, the lineup of all the short course carts. This idea was instituted with Dan Vanderbilt and his family and a couple other individuals. I want to say upwards of 4 years ago, maybe 5 years ago, and the first race they came out after about 2 years of planning, if not a little bit more. I think there was like 3, maybe 4 carts. And there is the green and white flag being waved simultaneously. So we're going to go, the next flag we see will be checkered. up here on top of the hill, and here comes Horde now to the inside. Here comes Carter Vanderbilt inside. That left-hand turn on Easton Sleeper. Sleeper's got nowhere to go. He can't turn left to try to block the line because Carter's right there, and I know Carter's not going to give an inch. Here into the turn. And now we'll see a little bit of that split lane possibly. Carter now has the lead going into the corner. So Carter Vanderbilt has the lead now into one more turn to go. Sleeper is still right there. It's going to be a drag race up the hill. Horde is running in third. Troy Johnson in that fourth spot. Here they come up the hill, taking the win. First win of the year. We'll go to Carter Vanderbilt right behind Easton Sleeper. Ashton Horde will finish third. Troy Johnson, Michael Funk. Ladies and gentlemen, we hope you had a great time, and we'll be right back with pro racing at Fox Sports Go, TORCseries.com. We'll be right back.